Alright guys, welcome back to now the final part of my top 20 favorite kaiju. And yeah, I hope you all have enjoyed the videos. So let's jump right into the top 5. So yeah, who do you start off with in your top 5? Like who do you really start off with in your top 5? Easy. The friend of all children, the guardian of the universe himself, Gamera. Now, Gamera, there was a long time, like, if I had done this list, like, years ago, if I had done this list, like, like several years ago, there'd be no chance that Gamera or any of the other Gamera monsters would be on here. Because mostly, I was mostly so, and this is going to sound so stupid, and I wasn't a gatekeeper or anything, keep that in mind. It was just, I was so zeroed in on Godzilla that to me it was like, why do I need Gamera or Ultraman? I have Godzilla. That's really all I need. I don't need this Kamen Rider. I don't need, I don't need Gamera. I don't need Ultraman. I just have Godzilla. Like, that can be enough. That's what happens when you close your mind to all these possibilities. But when I sat down and watched the Gamera trilogy, which, believe it or not, I actually watched here on YouTube. Yeah, there was a point where the Gamera Heisei movies were on YouTube. They're deleted, so don't even bother. But like, yeah, I distinctly remember watching the Gamera, the Heisei Gamera trilogy on YouTube. It's long gone now, but like, yeah. That was a thing that happened, and it boggles my mind. But had I not sat down and watched the Gamera films, and I can't remember why I decided to finally watch them, it changed my whole life. Well, kaiju-wise. It wasn't a fucking religious experience, let's get that out of the way. But watching Gamera, the Heisei movies, made me go, holy shit, what have I missed all my life? And then I started to watch other, well, obviously the Heisei trilogy, and, oh, it was a slog to watch the Showa movies. People can be like, oh, they're fun and charming and all. No, that's a lie. The monsters, ugh, it's all bad. Ugh. It was all like bad like my hair that went alfalfa for a fucking second. And sorry, my camera keeps autofocusing. But that's the thing, is that it all feels so, like the Showa movies felt really bad. But they did, like, admittedly a few of them do have, like, some semblance of charm looking back on them. Not a lot. Like, first movie versus Gauss and Barugan, everything, well, Jiger has some interesting moments too, but like Virus, and let's not even get into Super Monster. Like, Gamera Super Monster is literally like, I would rather watch, if I had a gun to my head and the guy said, okay, you either watch Godzilla's Revenge or Gamera Super Monster. Yeah, I would pick Godzilla's Revenge. That's how bad Gamera Super Monster is. It's insane as how bad it is as a film. As literally the final Showa Gamera movie. That's embarrassing. Like, you can shit on God. Anyway, we're here to talk about how good Gamera. I will talk about Gamera Super Monster or rage about it some other time. But the reason why I think Gamera has worked is because he's so different from Godzilla, in different I mean, he's basically kind of he's kept up this thing of, the only thing really is that he protects the world. He doesn't really give a shit about us. Maybe the kids, because maybe they can fix what happened to the Earth. But on the whole, nah. But that's the thing I love about Gamera, is that he's so dead focused on his mission. Like, it's not like with Godzilla where you don't know what he's getting, what you're getting. With Gamera, it's different. You know what you're getting with Gamera. You know that he is here to just do the mission and go home. You know, collateral damage be damned. Like, I keep going back to Heisei Gamera, but that's like, let's show of hands. Let's be real. How would, like, it's one of the best tokusatsu anything. The Gamera Heisei trilogy is like the Dark Knight trilogy of monster movies. Let's not even bullshit ourselves, people. Let's not even bullshit ourselves. And that's what I love, is that Gamera is this unstoppable force that still feels, in a way, like mortal, and he feels like a being that can that can be stopped, even though, yeah, at the end of the day, you can't stop this dude. He'll rip his own arm off to kill you. Like, that's some fucking dedication right there. But yeah, I know I went on a tangent of how bad Gamera Super Monster is, but come on. We all know why Gamera Super Monster sucks. So, Gamera at number 5. So who is at the number 4 spot? Well, I'll tell you, motherfuckers. At number 4, we have Gigan. Yeah, Gigan was going to be on this list in some capacity. When I was making this list, I was like, oh yeah, my number 1, I know who my number 1 is. And I know Gigan's going to be on this list. Like, I already had an understanding that Gigan was going to be on this list in some way, shape, or form. Like, there was no qualms about having Gigan here. Why? First off, that design. He's a frickin' cyborg lizard bird thing with a buzzsaw stomach. A buzzsaw stomach, people! Also, it's kind of a nostalgia because Godzilla vs. Gigan was one of the first movies I ever watched growing up. It was like an old VHS tape, and Gigan always intrigued me, watching him fight, like in Garrison Godzilla. And to see, like, the hook hands, he was just this, like, a thing that's literally built for war. Like, he is just built for all-out just destruction and mayhem. And I'm all here for watching him just slaughter everything. And, yeah. Gigan, unlike some of the other monsters I mentioned previously, like Titanosaurus and King Caesar, clearly has a lot of love, because he's constantly in every, like, form in some way, shape, or form. Maybe even more than some of the other monsters I mentioned. But Gigan is this just... He's... trying to put this into words. He's just this terrifying underling monster that you just don't want to fight. Like, the moment he comes onto the screen, you know it's going to be a bloody fight. And it was so cool, and I even love his Millennium design. Like, just taking the all-black, which actually, like, I know it makes him look like an edgelord, but at the same time, that's kind of what they were going for, is make him like this uber edgelord, but at the same time, he fucks up himself more than he does anything else. So, I forgive him for that, because that was the idea. But if you were to ask me, like, which Gigan I prefer, green, original OG Gigan. Mostly because I think the green and yellow play off more the silver blading, if that makes any sense. So yeah, Gigan at number 4. So let's move on. Now we've moved on to the big 3. And who are in the big 3? So let's start off with the bronze medal for my list. And that, ladies and gentlemen, goes to Iris from Gamera 3, Revenge of Iris. Revenge of Iris, let alone, is one of the best, not just the best Gamera film, but one of the best Kaiju films ever made. Like, I don't think, anyone watching this will not contest that. Like, everyone, like, watching this will go, yeah, it's either one of the best, or it's obviously the best Gamera movie. Like, that's a no-shit-brainer. But, like, if you were to make, like, a top 10 Kaiju movies, or top 100, or top whatever, Gamera 3 Revenge of Iris would rank somewhere high. Like, at least in the top 10. in most lists. So Iris himself. Let's talk about Iris himself. This horrifying being, which is also elegant and beautiful. Like, seriously, when you see Iris flying through the sky, they had to have taken inspiration from Neon Genesis Evangelion, because I guarantee that thing looks like an angel, one of the angels the Avas would fight, just straight up coming down from the sky with the wings. Iris himself, I also like that Iris is a mystery. I really do enjoy the fact that Iris is a straight up mystery to everyone. People don't know what his origin is. Like, is he a mutated Gauss? Is he a weapon created for Atlantis to stop Gamera if he went too far? Yeah, that's what I love about him, is that with every other monster, you have, like, some form of origin in some capacity. I mean, Gigan and some of the Toho monsters have shrouded in mystery. But really, Iris, you don't know. You don't even have, like, a semblance of where he came from. You don't know if he's even from space. You don't know if you think he's from Atlantis. He could be a mutated Gauss. He could be the next evolution of the Gauss. And I kind of like that. And again, his design is just, it's terrifying and beautiful at the same time. And I really like that. I really feel like that was the angle they were going for with that creation. And I really love that. So Iris is probably, my favorite, is obviously my favorite Gamera kaiju. Even more than Gamera. Yeah, it's weird. I put a Gamera villain over Gamera. I know, it's so weird, right? Gamera's only at number 5. An enemy that showed up in only one movie is ahead of him. So that clearly tells you the effect he had on me when I saw him. Anyway, so now let's talk about the top 2. And like I said, Godzilla's not on this list because it would be too damn easy. So let's talk about who got the silver medal. Kong. Of course, you knew he was going to be on this list in some capacity. So yeah, Kong is my number 2. Kong is my number 2 on this list. He is a kaiju who really started it all. Like, Rhodosaurus helped, but Kong was really the real originator of every kaiju. Like, he is the Superman equivalent to every kaiju. If it were not for his original movie, we wouldn't have Godzilla. We wouldn't have Ultraman. We literally would not have anything if it were not for Kong. And Kong has evolved throughout the eras. Like, seriously, wherever Kong is in film history, movie effects evolve with him. Like, I remember watching a video here on YouTube a long while ago talking about the movie evolution of Kong, and like how it talked about the stop motion and the video effects in the 30s, or Kong effects in the 70s and how it evolved there. And obviously, Peter Jackson's. It was all leading up to Skull Island. And of course, that's the other great thing about Kong, is that Kong has evolved all this time, and he's left such a pop culture identity. Also, screw you, J.J. Abrams, for saying that America didn't have a kaiju. We literally had the monster that whatever that word is, that literally gave rise to every other monster. I mean, it's the big monkey, but still. Go fuck yourself, Abrams. We didn't need Cloverfield. I take that back. We did need it, and I do like that movie, but I wouldn't go as far as say, oh, America needed its own kaiju. And I was like, so I guess Kong didn't climb up the building, it climbed up Empire State Building with, thirsting his simp ass for a blonde woman for nothing, right? I say. Anyway. But yeah, so let's talk about Kong the character. Kong is, even though it's simplistic, it's really like, it's just a big monkey. It's just a big monkey. I gotta get rid of that meme out of my mouth. But yeah, he's just a big monkey. What can you really do? Everything. He's one of the most emotive monsters you will ever see. He's as As one movie put it, Kong is a thinking animal. So, yeah, that's what I really love about him. He's one of the most emotive and sympathetic monsters in movie history. He's, you can feel what he's feeling. You can feel sad for him. You can feel angry for him. You can be scared of him. That's what I really love about Kong, is that Kong is this one of the most emotive monsters that you can feel. Like, you feel sad for him. You feel angry for him. You feel scared of him. You feel all of that. And honestly, Kong is also the reason why I really love apes. Like, real talk, I really love, like, primates and monkeys because of Kong. If I'm ever at a zoo, one of the first things I will ever go and look at is the apes or the primates because of Kong. Especially gorillas. No shit. Yeah. Gorillas are my favorite animal. Probably because Kong. It's more than likely Kong. The reason why gorillas are my favorite animal. Obvious reasons. But yeah, Kong has always been around. And also I'm going to share something. I didn't see the original 33 film for years. The first experience I had with Kong was seeing the 70s movie, which, it's bad, don't get me wrong, but I have some nostalgia for it, so I don't feel bad. It's not a good movie, but I don't care. I will openly admit it's not a good movie, looking back on it, but I still have some nostalgia for it, because that was the first introduction I had to Kong. And yeah, I love Skull Island. Kong Skull Island is my favorite movie of the MonsterVerse. And I want more of Kong. Yeah. So, with all that said, it's there's still one more monster that beat out Kong as my number one. And it was a really tough one, because it was either going to be him or Kong. But there is one more monster that topped everyone. But in the end, I knew that he was going to be my number one. And some of you already know who it is. It's the King of Terror himself, the three-headed demon god, the bane of Godzilla, King Ghidorah. Ghidorah obviously, he takes everything I love about every monster. Design, terror, just a striking figure. He is literally everything I love about Kaiju rolled into something. It's a three-headed space. I love dragons to begin with. So, the moment Godzilla fought a monster that was literally a three-headed fucking dragon, I was like, I'm in. And he is he is literally Godzilla's, alpha and omega. He's the only monster outside of Destroya that can really pose any real threat to him. This is Godzilla's ultimate enemy, his Lex Luthor, his Joker. You cannot make a Godzilla franchise without bringing in Ghidorah in some capacity. Hell, that's what they did in the Shin Godzilla Evangelion ride. They brought in Ghidorah. Hell, he's gonna be in the new Godzilla ride in Japan. He's the main villain. It's literally that. Like, he is that synonymous with Godzilla. When you think of other monsters, it's usually he comes to mind, or Mothra. And it's thrilling. Like, he's just this imposing figure that is a planet killer. His whole first appearance was he came here to kill the planet. That's it. He's literally killed all the other planets in the solar system, and now he's on his way to kill Earth. Hell, he showed up. He was the big endgame villain at the end of the Mothra trilogy. I mean, it was Grand King Ghidorah, but still. And again, he was a version of Ghidorah, but it was Kaiser Ghidorah. It was still a Ghidorah at the end of the Millennium franchise. It's like what Joker said. You and me are going to be doing this forever. So, yeah, wherever Godzilla shows up, or some incarnation of Godzilla shows up, it's only a matter of time till Ghidorah shows up in some shape or form. And that's what I like about him, is that he is this ever-evolving creature. He is this overwhelming force of pure evil that Godzilla has to overcome over and over again. And yeah, he is humbled by... Godzilla is humbled by him. He is challenged by Ghidorah. This is a force that can easily challenge and defeat him. And also, real talk, I have a lot of love for Ghidorah, probably because that movie... I mean, Ghidorah has literally been a huge part of my life. Also, Godzilla vs. Ghidorah, my personal favorite Godzilla movie. I know, come at me. But my favorite Godzilla, one of the reasons why that is because when I was a kid, I had surgery. And I was out of surgery, and I remember distinctly in a Walmart, huddled up, because I still wasn't feeling 100%, in the shopping cart, and I saw Godzilla versus Ghidorah on the thing, and I pointed to it. I was a little shit. I was just a little fucking kid, you know, and I just got out of a traumatizing surgery that I thought I was going to die from. I pointed to it, my parents got it for me, and I watched the shit out of it, even though I understood nothing of that movie. So yeah. Anyway. So there you go, guys. That is pretty much my whole list for my top 20 favorite kaiju. Like I said before, I know this didn't have Godzilla, but again, it would have been too easy to have Godzilla. Also, I understand that there are kaiju on here that you think should have been higher or lower, or not even at all on this list. I know some people are still probably reeling that I had Gauss at the end of my at the end of the list. Like, I'm pretty sure some people were like, really, Gauss over Destroya, and other monsters over Gauss over other monsters. But again, it's just my personal opinion, and yeah. I'm always... I'm not saying this is the word of God, but I'm just saying, like, that's just how... that's just my personal opinion. And I'm always excited to hear yours. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of this list? Did you guys like it? And also, as always, tell me your favorite... your top 20 kaiju in the comments below. Just let me know. I'm really excited. I'm always excited to hear your guys' end of the whole thing. So once again, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse, and I'll see you next time in the multiverse.